Namaste Vidya, खुश रहिए. I JVWU Muskan Kumari from the Department of Science and Technology, and I'm working here as an assistant professor in JVWU Women's University and the Faculty of Education and Technology. So, in this session, basically, I will discuss about the third layer of OSI model, which is known as the network layer. Okay, so to make it an easy way to understanding to all of you, I'm just going to share some files which will help you for the better understanding regarding this topic. Clear? So here is the network layer. Okay. So basic introduction towards the network. What is the working of network layer? What is the property of network layer? And what services provided by the network layer? We will discuss these all topics in this session. So network layer is the basically third layer of your IP models, isn't it? And it also handles the request from the transport layer and further the forward the service request to the data link layer also. And the network layer translates the logical addresses into the physical address, and it also determines the route from the source to the destination, also manage the traffic problems like the switching by using the switching, routing, and controls the consumption of the data packets during the data communication channel. Okay, transmission of data from during the data communication channel. The main role of the network layer is basically to move the data packets from sending host to the receiving host. Now, if you talk about the network to network connections, then what will make the internet possible? The network layer is the part of the internet communication process where these connections occur by sending packets of data back and forth between the networks. In the seven layer OSI model, in the seven layer of the OSI model, the network layer is the third layer. The Internet Protocol is one of the main protocol which is used in the this network layer. Also, other protocols used in this network layer that is helps in the routing, testing, and encryptions of the data packet. I will discuss this with an example like the Bob and Elias are the two persons. These two are connected to the same local area network, and Bob wants to send Elias a message. So, because Bob is on the same network as Elias, he could send it directly to her computer across the network, isn't it? However, if Elias instead of a different land several miles away from the Bob, then Bob message will have to address and send to Elias network before it can reach her computer, which is network layer access. Clear? So now if we ask you that what is the networking? So network is just like a group of more or more connected computing devices. Usually the devices in the network and also provides you the connectivity between each devices through the hub, instances, router, etc. A network can also include the subnetwork or smaller subdivisions of the network. Subnetworking is how very large networks, such as the provided by the ISP, are able to manage the thousands of IP addresses and connect the devices also. If we talk about the main functions which is performed by the network layer is first is the routing, second is the logical address, third is the internetworking, and fourth is the fragmentation. So if we talk about the your routing, so we will tell to you about that one. A packet which reaches the router's input lane, the router will move that packets to the router's output lane. For example, a packet from S1 to R1 must be forwarded to the next router, which is on the path to S2. Clear? So logical address, the data link implements the physical address and network layer implements the logical address. So logical address is also used in the distinguish between the source and destination system. The network layer adds a header to the data packet which includes the logical address of both the sender and receiver. Clear? So, what do you mean by the internetworking? Internetworking, this is the main role of the network layer that it provides the logical connection between different types of the network also. And fragmentation is what? Fragmentation is the process of breaking the data packets into the small segments and the smallest individual data units that travel through the different networks. And what will happen when in network layer? What will happen at the network layer? Anything that has to do with the network connection is at the network layer. This includes the setting up the routers of the data packets to take checking see if the server is another network is up and running, address and receiving the IP packets from the other networks also. This is the process perhaps the most important and vast majority of internet traffic is sent to the IP. Now you can see that in this session we are mostly talking about the data packets is transferring from source to destination, isn't it? So what is the packet? So all data sent over the internet is broken into the smallest chunk called the packets. Okay? So when Bob sends a live message, for instance, his message is broken into multiple pieces, small pieces, and then reassembles on Eli's computer. Also, a packet has two parts: the header, which contains the information about the packet itself, and the body, which contains the actual data which is to be sent. Okay? So, at the network layer, networking software attaches the header to each packet when packet is sent out over the internet. And on the other hand, networking software can use the header to understand the or handle that data package. So header is also contains the information which is about the content, source and destination of each packet. And somewhat if for example IP header contains the destination of IP address for of each packet and total size of packet and indication of whether or not the packet has been fragmented is consist and count of how many networks the packet has traveled through. Clear? So what is the difference between network layer and the internet layer? So in TCP IP models, there is no network layer, and the OSI network models network layer roughly corresponds to the TCP IP model internet layer. In the OSI model, the network layer is the third layer, the TCP IP model, and the internet layer is the second layer. And so protocols, many protocols which will be used in the network layers, that's name is like a protocol is an agreed upon a protocol is an agreed upon the um, way of formatting the data packets, and so the more devices are able to communicate with the and understand each other. A number of different protocols will be used in the network layer that mean like the internet protocol, IP, SCC, ICMP, ICMP, and GRE. These all are the protocols which is used in the network layer. So, students, if you have any problem in the session, then please drop your message into the comment section box through which I will discuss your query with you in the next session with Vidyapeeth, and I will also give you some related questions regarding that, isn't it? And if you also prepare the more and more questions which is related with the network layer, like define the how many protocols are used in the network layer, then you have to define some network layer definitions and make how many protocols are used in network layer, define that ones. Clear? So why network layer is important in the OSI model? What is the importance of network layer? Then you have to define what is the services of the network layer. Then you have to define some more things regarding the network layer. Okay, what is the logical addressing? What do you mean by the routing? What are the main services which is provided by the network layer? So there may be many questions which will be arises through this network layer. Then you must have to answer regarding that questions. Clear? And please read this session from many referred standard books also and use the online websites. Okay, thank you.